Hey, what's up, trainers? Welcome back to Pokemon Go. So I hope you guys have been catching the best Pokemon, taking gyms for your faction, be it Instinct, Mystic, or Valor. And I hope you guys have been having fun leveling up your dudes. Now, I wanted to cover a couple of tips, because I've been playing a lot, and every day you learn something new. And I want to kind of help you guys get your Pokemon to be as fit as possible, and to make sure you waste as little of your time as possible, and make the most out of your Pokemon Go experience. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you my team, and go over the hatching of eggs. Okay, now as you can see, the two local gyms have stayed strong, and they've stayed Valor overnight. I've got my Slowbro here with Chazit EU, and there I am, level 17 Martin Eater, 1019 Slowbro. Good luck taking that back, Team Mystic. Also, over here at St. Paul's Park, we're still holding strong with a Golbat at 401 and my Golbat at 725. Still only level 2 though, so it's in danger. Someone could take that. But we'll have to wait and see. And as I look around on the horizon, it looks like Team Mystic is taking Bristol by storm. Everywhere's red. This is insane. In fact, oh my god, there is not a single non-Team Valor on the map. Oh no, wait, what's this? Over here, looks like Team Instinct are encroaching on our territory. Pretty weak though, a 287 Golduck and a 416 Pidgeot. We'll take that later. Alright, well today we're going to talk about eggs. Now there's an interesting picture that's going to come up right now. Here we go. Now this is a really cool photo because hatching eggs is a great way to earn Stardust experience, but most importantly candy. Now like I mentioned previously, you earn a lot more candy when you get a Pokemon from an egg. Unfortunately, incubators, you get one unlimited free incubator. The rest cost quite a lot of coins, and you only get 3 uses per purchased incubator. So it's an expensive way of doing it, but hatching eggs can be super lucrative. And here's a chart that shows you exactly what you can get from different incubators. So here we can see the basic eggs of 2 kilometers. They have a lot of trash there. There's some Golbats, some Magikarp, some Pidgeys, Weedles, Caterpies, Spearow, all the generic trash. But there are starters here. There's a Pikachu there, a Squirtle, a Bulbasaur, and a Charmander. And if you're trying to get a Charmeleon, that could be really useful for you. But again, 2 kilometers is pretty much the trash tier of eggs. Now for 5 kilometers, you can see you've got like Sandshrews, Ekans, Nidoran, and male and female, Vulpix, Oddish, Abra, Poliwag, Growlithe, Mankey, Psyduck, Meowth, Machop, Diglett's in a 5 kilometer egg. All of these Pokemon, I could go through all these forever. Oh, and a Rhydon as well. I caught a Rhydon last night actually. He came on my radar and I just walked around. It was like midnight, but I walked around and I found him and I nailed him. But the real gems are the 10 kilometer eggs. Now take a look at what you can find in a 10k egg. Now if we zoom out, this isn't all 150 Pokemon. You cannot catch all of these Pokemon from eggs. In fact, there's only a fixed selection, but there's some pretty rare ones like Eevees. I know a lot of you guys are looking for the perfect Eevee evolution, because when you level up Eevee, you get a random evolution. So it could be Vaporeon, it could be Flareon. You never know until you evolve it, and it's luck of the draw. Now, like I said, the game detects when you're going too quick, so you can't hatch eggs on a train or in a car. But what you can do, if you, this weekend maybe, fancy a cycle, got a bike, just stick your phone to it, and make sure you ride safely, wear a helmet, blah blah blah. But yeah, just do be careful, because if you're paying attention to the phone, you're not paying attention to where you're going, and that could cause some serious problems. You'll get into some kind of accident. So don't do that. But if you're going to drive somewhere or other, if you're going to cycle somewhere nice and safe, like a cycle path along the countryside or something, you know, or in a park, then you're much safer. But try to cycle at below 15 miles an hour so that the game still thinks you're walking or running briskly. And yeah, that's a great way to hatch some of those long kind of kilometer eggs. But also, it's a great way to get some cardio in. I mean, again, I think one of the things that's ringing most true about this game is that it's bringing people out into the world, and that's a great thing. I mean, it's great to get out and about. Unfortunately, the lure of getting the rarest Pokemon can take you out into some pretty compromising situations. So do be careful of where you go and when you go there, and who you go with. If anything, this game is best played with your friends, members of the same team, preferably, and just going out together, sitting around Pokestops, chatting, getting free loot, activating modules on them and catching Pokemon. It's a great way to kind of get out there and also meet new people that gather around these nodes, but do be careful. Okay, well, like I said, I've been hard at work. I'm level 17 now, pretty insane. But let's take a look at my retinue and what I've got to show for my efforts. Now, one of the things you guys are going to want to be tempted to do is to use all of your Stardust leveling up your Pokemon. I would urge against that. Now, I fell into that trap because early on, not a lot of people knew how to play the game, and I just spent my Stardust, whatever, who cares. But you're going to want to save that, because when you get to higher levels, you're going to need a lot of Stardust to level up your best Pokemon. So hold on to your Stardust and just stockpile it until you get to like a high level where you're going to start really competing for gyms. Because at the moment, you can get all of the bonuses from gyms, XP and things, just by hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and just grinding up the XP. You get a fair amount of Stardust from owning gyms, but if you're in a hotly contested area like I am, it can be a tricky thing to do. So if we arrange by combat power, that's CP, I've got some pretty mean dudes. Like I caught a Gloom. I leveled up an Oddish last night into a Gloom, 665, not too bad. A 725 Golbat, it's pretty high level. And near my area there's nothing but Drowsies. So I got a couple of Hypnos out of that. And when I do level up my Pokemon, when I do evolve them, previously I thought I should be picking the extra large, extra tall ones, because that would get me bigger Pokemon out of the evolution. But I found that's not always the case. Sometimes when I evolve extra large Pokemon, they evolve into an extra small Pokemon. And so I'm thinking, well, that has no bearing then on the future of the Pokemon. But if you evolve a high CP Pokemon, usually you get a really high CP evolution. But one way of noticing this is when you catch Pokemon out in the wild, there will be kind of like a colored circle around when you try and catch it. That'll be either green, yellow, orange, or red. Now if it's red, it means that Pokemon is super hard to catch, and the CP might even be like a question mark because you don't know how powerful it is. It's out of your range, out of your scope. But with some Raspberry and a Great Ball, maybe you can catch it. And those are the Pokemon that you're going to want to evolve, because they will have even greater bonuses when they become the next stage, and they'll have a higher CP. And there's that Rhyhorn I caught last night. He's a meme machine, 518. So if I evolve him, which is going to take 50 candy, so maybe not anytime soon, but yeah, I can't wait to turn him into a Rhydon and get charging my enemies out of those gyms. But that's my team so far. It's pretty competitive. I'm level 17 now, coming up 18. Level 20 is the big milestone for me. But I'm gonna head out now to the park to a sweet spot where I know I can catch some Pikachus. Pretty exciting news. I actually have a 10k egg that is 100 meters from being hatched. And I really want to see what's inside this thing, because I don't think I've hatched a 10k egg yet. So I'm gonna walk up and down the corridor. We've got quite a long hallway. So I'm gonna walk up and down, probably about 100 meters. I think there's like 3 or 4 back and forths, maybe. I don't know. And we'll see if we can hatch it.
It's time to duel.
Oh, fuck.
It's time to duel.
Right, so there you go. It looks like we got a Scyther. That's pretty good. It's the first time I've got one, so I'm probably gonna get a pretty decent bonus in XP. Oh yeah, 1,500 from that. Pretty cool. All right, well then, yeah, until next time guys, keep on training your Pokemon, keep on leveling up as trainers, capturing gyms for your team, and I'll see you next time for some more Pokemon Go.